Alright guys, welcome back. This will be the final part of the Dark Souls trilogy getting overpowered in under an hour series. So there's no two ways about it. To get overpowered in Dark Souls 3, the best way, you're going to have to kill a few bosses. Well, 3 bosses in particular. And none of them are particularly easy, but I'm going to make it as easy as possible and describe, the strategies, because when you can kill these 3 bosses, you can get access to late game gear, late game upgrade materials, and it just makes the entire game a cakewalk. So let's go ahead and go over our goals for this video. The first is we need to get 12 Titanite shards. We also have to get the heavy gem. We have to kill the Dancer, Osiris, Champion Gundyr. We're going to get 15 Twinkling Titanite, and we're going to farm the Black Knights for their gear, because in my particular case, I want to use all of their gear, the Black Knight gear, all of their weapons and stuff. But you can do whatever you want, of course, with your stats. But for me, I'm going Strength, Vitality heavy, and Endurance heavy. But you'll have enough souls to do whatever you want. For your class, I recommend the Warrior class. It has a starting shield and an axe. The gift does not matter because we're not really going to use it. I always go Fire Gem regardless. This time around, I'm not going to be killing the giant crystal lizard for the Titanite scale. You can come back and kill it later if you want to. But our main objective are the 12 Titanite shards right now. That's our main goal. Everything else can wait. We're just going to go through normally here. And we're just going to get the 1 Titanite shard that we need in this area. And then kill the boss. Our next objective is to do the tree jump so that we can get access to an early Estus shard and, more importantly, the silver covetous ring. We're also going to kill the master so that we can get the Chaos Blade later. We're not going to be using the Chaos Blade in my build, but it's a really good weapon, as you know, so it's something you'll have early access to as well. But if you don't kill the master, you will not have access to it. But we're going to get the ring first, so we'll get more souls for the kill. equip the ring immediately. Now we're going to go kill the master. But we're not going to kill him the conventional way. We're going to let him commit suicide as usual. And this is a pretty consistent strategy to kill himself. Just run up to the master and make sure he's aggroed on you. Don't run away too far. Wait until he's kind of close and he doesn't lose aggro. Drop down here and wait. Make sure he's still aggroed. You know you're going to be in a good spot when he does it, when he's right above you. He'll always try to do his charge attack, which will knock him off. Quit out, and you'll get the Uchi Katana and his gear, but more importantly, you'll have the access to the amazing Chaos Blade once you get to the Untended Graves. Now we just want to go to Andre and turn in our Estus Shard, and then go to the Firekeeper and level up Vigor only. We're only leveling Vigor right now. We want to get our Vigor to at least 24. This is so we can tank hits from the higher bosses. It makes it a lot easier to kill them.
Be careful. I don't want to.
Ashen one.
Well, I believe very well that he. Farewell, Ashen one.
Now onto the High Wall of Lothric. Normally I would say get a fire weapon to kill the Pus of Man, but we're going to avoid both Pus of Man as they take too long, and we're trying to get through this as fast as we can. So we don't need these 2 Titanite shards because we have to make another trip anyway to another area, and those Titanite shards are a lot easier to get. We are going to go ahead and pick up the gold pine resin over here, though, because it is helpful for the Osiris boss, since he's weak to lightning. And you can also use it against Champion Gundyr as well. Make sure to heal up if you got roasted by the dragon, because we need to kill a mimic down here. This is a very important mimic. It holds the weapon we need. Just circle strafe it. It's very easy to dodge. And we'll get the deep axe. I don't think this is coincidence that this mimic holds a deep axe, a dark weapon with no scaling. The developers did this on purpose so that you'd have a chance to kill the Dancer easy. And the Dancer is very weak to dark. I don't recommend fighting this knight. Just be patient and wait for him to pass. You will, however, want to kill one of the thieves in here. He will follow you all the way to the bonfire. We do want to get as many of the free fire bombs as we can. We'll be using them. We're going to go get our next Titanite shard up here. Don't forget to pick up the silver kite shield. This is going to be very helpful for us in a few of the boss fights. It blocks 100% of physical damage. Now right here you could be cheeky and use some fire bombs to take out some of these dogs. But make sure you just kill out one of the dogs here. Get the shard, but you'll want the Titanite shard under the stairs here. Just don't stick around. You don't need the key to free Grey Rat. We're not going to him right now. There are a few embers in this courtyard. You can get a few if you want, but don't stick around too long. I should have went left instead of right here. I should have went ahead to go kill Emma, but I went down the stairs instead. Either way, we're going to have to talk or kill Emma. Vord is a cakewalk even with an upgraded deep axe. Just stay behind him, underneath him. He's really a cakewalk. There's nothing to say here. When he does start charging, just wait for his visor to come down on his helmet before dodging. That's the tell. You'll have plenty of chances to hit him in the second phase transition, and he'll pretty much be dead before he even finishes. And done. Now we're going to kill Emma. This will trigger the Dancer fight if you try to place the Basin of Vows, but we're not going to place it right now. We're on to the Undead Settlement. Just run past all of the dogs and ignore all the enemies. All you need to do is light the bonfire. Fun fact, just roll into the enemies and it will stun them, giving you a chance to follow up. If you go this way, the thrall will not be able to ambush you. We're going to pick up the charcoal pine bundle for later. You can get Loretta's bone as you're here already. Make sure to grab the Estus shard and run for the next Titanite shard in front of you. We're not going to deal with the thralls, just drop down and keep rolling. There's a soul item to the right there, but we're ignoring it for now. Turn right here to get your next Titanite shard. We need to climb up to where the evangelist is. Sometimes the evangelist will fall down, and sometimes she won't. Either way, we need the shard. If you're embered, you will be invaded by Hodrick, but don't worry, you can just sit at the bonfire to despawn him. We're still not going to fight Hodrick. We're going to go straight into the graveyard, but first we need to get the undead bone shard and also the mortician's ashes before leaving. We're not going into the sewers just yet. First, we need to get another Titanite shard and tag a new bonfire under the bridge. Now we need to open the shortcut from the sewers to the dilapidated bonfire. And then we're going to go back to Firelink to turn in the Mortician's ashes so we can buy the sewer key. Make absolute certain to pick up the cestus, you will need it later.
Great letter. Ashen one.
Well,
Take your vigor as high as you can get it.
farewell, Ashen One.
The main reason we needed to get the sewer key was because there are 2 Titanite shards down here, and also, more importantly, the heavy gem that we desperately need for the remaining 2 bosses after the dancer. Go after the crystal lizard with reckless abandon here. Do not let it get away. More enemies are going to spawn in, but just ignore them. Grab the 2 Titanite shards and get out. We're ignoring arena for now. We don't have time. Our next objective is to get to the Road of Sacrifices to get another Titanite shard. You will have to hit the Corvian that's laying down, as he will not let you pass. Grab the shard and just run away. There are a lot of good items in the swamp, but we're only here for the Titanite Shard and the Farron Coal. But picking up the Stamina Shield may not be a bad idea. Have a homeward bone ready to go. I didn't have it equipped on my toolbar, and I should have. As soon as you grab the coal, bone out.
Ah. Fashion 1.
Now that we have 12 Titanite Shards, upgrade the Deep Axe to +3.
Pretty BK.
Don't forget to burn your Undead Bone Shard. I actually forgot to do it here, and it would have been helpful for the Dancer fight. I recommend, if you have a way to back up your save, to do it now. This is mainly to save your embers. Now, the thing about the Dancer is, with a +3 Deep Axe and the Silver Eagle Kite Shield, you're well prepared. This is really all you need to kill her. As long as you know her moveset, when you can punish, when you need to go away from her, it really isn't that bad. With a few hours of practice, even with a new player, you can do this. When the fight starts, get behind this leg right here. Or you can just lock onto her. When she tries to grab, just dodge like that. Now when she does that, she'll do 2 swipes. I usually go two-handed for the first phase. She'll telegraph her moves very easily. When she starts doing spins like that, you know a spin is coming. As she starts to kneel, she'll do the fire attack, which you can use to punish right here. She'll always follow up that slam with a side swipe. And you can always get behind this leg when she does her ground fire. Some people say to get right behind her butt when she does the spin attack, but I always run away. It's just easier that way. After the 7th spin, get behind her leg again and get ready to block. The hardest part about the Dancer that I have found is when she does this about face and starts slamming her swords into you and follows up with a combo. This is why I'm going one-handed in the second phase. You always want to be ready to block that attack. She'll also do a triple spin that is very easy to dodge. It goes 2 quick ones and then a delayed... See, that's the about face I was talking about. This is why you need the vigor to sustain at least 1 hit from that. Otherwise, you will never make it. There's the triple spin right there. 2 and then 1 that's delayed. When she starts buffing her weapons, you can get a few hits in, but do not get caught by the dark AoE right there. Just always have your shield out for this second phase. There's the about face again. Sometimes you can dodge it, and sometimes you can't. You just have to be wary when she does that quick about face. It's going to be trouble. Again, when she's buffing her swords, that's 2 or 3 hits you can get in. It really isn't that hard, guys. I used a total of 4 Estus with no upgrades. And for our efforts, we'll get a total of 66,000 souls. I can't tell you how big of a boon that is when you're starting out. But we're not even close to being done yet. Before we do anything, we're going to level up. Do not risk losing your souls. We're putting everything into strength. We want to get 30 strength and 18 dexterity when it's all said and done. Well, at least for my build, because I want the Black Knight Greatsword. And that's the stats that I need to wield it. Give the Farron Coal to Andre, and we're going to switch our axe now to the heavy axe. We do not need the deep axe anymore.
Pretty be careful.
I actually forgot to turn in a shard. We're going to buy about 10 fire bombs to make this fight a little bit easier.
Welcome, speak.
And like I said, I'm going 30 strength, 18 dexterity. You want to get to 18 dexterity no matter what, because you can wield a lot of extra weapons, but most of the Black Knight weapons require at least 18 dexterity. But even other weapons like the Crystal Sage Rapier will take 18 dexterity to wield. And if you're in your first playthrough, you should be going for that weapon no matter what anyway for the item discovery. Now it's on to Osiris. Now this boss can be very difficult or he can be very easy. I like the easy route, so we need to get him stuck in a loop. And the easiest way to get him stuck in a loop is to not get greedy and to just always close the distance on him when he's doing his tirade. But it's kind of a very short window before he'll go berserk and start doing things to you that you can't dodge. Mainly his charge attack. There's no way to, like, it's one of the worst attacks in this entire game because there's no tell for it. It just does it so quickly. Go down the elevator and make sure to pick up this Estus shard on the right side. There's a very safe way to get through the garden, and I'm going to show you now. Drop down here, get the chunk. We want to get at least 2 chunks, which we will get right now. Stick to the far left, go up the stairs. Do not go to the right because you'll aggro the Pus of Man. And here's your second chunk. Try your best to dodge the knight's attacks as you go past him. I recommend having the gold pine resin and some fire bombs on tap for this fight. To me, the hardest part about the Phase 1 has always been his attacks with his staff. The hitboxes are just so weird. This is why the silver shield will come in handy here. Always have your shield out when approaching him from the front. You want to aim for the backside or his knee. Always be wary of his jump attacks, though. You'll just have to get used to the timing on that. When he starts summoning the crystals from the ground, just start throwing firebombs at him. The damage isn't great, but it can stun him, and some damage is better than none. And sometimes he just likes to spam it, so we're going to punish him by spamming firebombs. You see that one stunned him a little bit? Again, we stunned him. Sometimes he'll come back with that follow-up, and I put my shield down for a split second. So I took a hit. Once he drops his staff, go ahead and buff with gold pine resin. We're going two-handed now, because we're going to be dodging instead of blocking. Do not get inside of him. Always stay on the outside and hit his legs or his tail. The hitbox on the charges is just too hard to dodge. The charge attack that he does, and you will see I get hit a few times by it, it's going to take a lot of your health. The key to this fight is just stay on him and keep him in that loop of attacks that he does. The claws like this, his little tirade, or he'll do his tail swipe, and that's pretty much it. You just want to keep him in these two attacks here. This attack and then the tail attack. But your positioning is very important. You can't deviate from any of your positioning because then he'll start to do other attacks. Mainly if you get inside of him. Stay away from his belly. Stay to the outside. The longer you stay away from him, the more likely he's going to do attacks that you can't dodge. You have a very small window after he does his roar to get close to him again. And that's pretty much it. As long as you don't get caught by his charge attacks, you're in good shape. But the hitboxes are so weird. That's why I say stay away from his insides. Stay to the outside. Hit his tail. Like you see, I still got hit by it right there. That's just one of those hitbox things. But he's not that hard. Not with this setup. You just have to keep the pressure on him. Don't let him rest. But don't get greedy either. You can see we've pretty much kept him in the same loop the whole time. And that's it. We'll get another boon of souls to upgrade with. Now, normally I would say go back to Firelink and level up with the Firekeeper, but I was feeling a little confident, so I decided to push forward because I need 2 large Titanite shards to upgrade the axe to +4. But luckily for us, the enemies in the next area will always drop them 100% of the time, no matter what. Be careful with this guy. Just get behind him and backstab him. Keep your shield out just in case. Make sure to pick up the gesture here. This will allow you early access to Archdragon Peak. Now we're in our main spot here, the Untended Graves. This is the best farming spot early on if you're going for anything really, because you get unlimited access to large Titanite shards, and you get a lot of souls for these enemies, plus you can farm the Black Knights, which we're going to do after we kill Champion Gundyr. Now the strategy for killing these Grave Wardens is I would double hand your weapon, just wait for them to attack first. Once they're done with their attacks, just go in and start hitting them multiple times, and they can't really do anything when they're getting hit, and then just back up and do it again. Their moves are very telegraphed. I mean, sometimes you might get caught with a combo, but you have enough vigor to sustain it. This is why we put everything into vigor at the beginning. We actually got a chunk there. These enemies will drop chunks as well, but we actually wanted a large Titanite shard there. The other one will come around eventually. He's on a path. You see, they will do a lot of damage to you. You just got to be patient. They're pretty good at dodging, too. You have to learn their pattern. Once you get their move set down, you're good. But they will always drop a large Titanite shard, or better yet, they will drop a chunk. So either way, you're going to win-win. We're just going to rest at the bonfire and get one more large Titanite shard so we can go to Andre and level up our axe one more time before going to Champion Gundyr. Champion Gundyr is probably going to be the hardest boss fight in this run, but using the Cestus to parry is going to be your best bet. Alright, now we can level up our axe to +4. Now if you're really struggling with Gundyr, you can just go ahead and get your axe to +9 even. You'd have to get chunks, but you can just take it to level 6 and you'll still be in good shape. We're only going to take ours to 4 and we'll still kill him, so we're leaving damage on the table here. But we're going to go ahead and take our dexterity to 18 so that when we do get the Black Knight Great Sword, we'll be able to wield it immediately. But that will leave us with our next conundrum. We'll need Twinkling Titanite to upgrade it to its max. And that's not something that grows on trees, but we have a strategy for it. Don't worry. On to Gundyr. I don't know why I'm going back. Why am I going back? Oh yeah, my Estus probably. I always forget to level that up for some reason. Now, you can, and I will do this, you can buy some charcoal pine resin. We have a couple here, but I wanted to level up first. Again. And I'm going to focus on strength again because the axe for the Black Knight takes 36 strength to wield. But I'm going to get some charcoal pine resin as well. I got a couple from the Undead Settlement. I'm going to buy a few there. You'll see what we're going to do with it in the fight. The bundles do not take any time to activate. So you can use it in the middle of a combo or in the middle of a parry, right after a parry, and it will do even more damage to the boss. Make sure to equip the Cestus. This is a 100% must for this. I haven't been able to do this without the Cestus. We're just going to run past the enemies now. You will get invaded, but do not worry. You can just run. Right off the bat here, we're going to go ahead and buff with gold pine resin. Get some early chunk damage. We're going to back up and wait for him to attack and parry him. This part will take a little bit of practice. You need to learn how to parry this guy. It's not hard. Not with the Cestus, it's not. You see, if he does his grab attack, just get some distance. You're just waiting for him to do one of these easy to parry attacks. Once he gets to about half health, he will, or not half health, but the next parry will put him into the second phase. About half health, yeah. Just get away from him. You can see I activated the charcoal pine bundle there. because my gold pine resin was about to run out. I'm sure it was. Now, if he does this, you're in trouble because he's going to follow up with some other bullcrap attack like that. Just get your distance. Your healing windows will not be easy to find. You just have to wait for an opportunity. If he puts his halberd in the ground, that's usually a good opportunity to do it. Again, we're going to go charcoal pine bundle to hit him again. Here we got in a bad spot. We got caught with that charge attack. You just have to know when you can get away and heal. We took a chance there, and you can actually heal before parrying, and you'll still have a chance to do it, as you can see I did there. Parrying just makes this boss a cakewalk. And it's not hard to learn, guys. It really isn't. And we'll get our first Black Knight weapon here. I want to have all of them at my disposal. And the Black Glaive, a.k.a. the Black Halberd, is the free one we get. Unfortunately, the other ones we'll have to farm for. Except for the Black Knight sword, which is in the Demon Ruins, which we are not going to get in this episode, of course, because this is not about that. We are going to get the other weapons, though. I'm going to cut out all the farming, but show you my final time. At this point, you are pretty much overpowered, but I'm going to continue to do other things because we're still under the hour. We're at 48 minutes now, so we're going to go ahead and get the coiled sword fragment as our infinite Homer Bone now. I never trade this thing. It's just too valuable. But if you want to, you can get a Titanite slab for it. But we're going to get the Chaos Blade as well. It's one of my favorite weapons in all of the Dark Souls series, but in this build I'm not going to be using it. I didn't get the... I guess I get it later. Okay. Yeah, we want to use our souls.
Welcome, host. Speak. Very then taken.
Vitality is for the armor. You won't be able to wear it without fat rolling unless you put a lot of points into vitality. And I'm going to go ahead and start working on that.
Well, Ashen One.
But you will need 36 strength to wield the Black Knight Great Axe, if you so desire. But I've already met the stats for the Black Knight Sword. We're going to go ahead and buy a Prism Stone and a large leather shield. And we're going to do the tree jumping again so we can get to Snuggly, or not Snuggly, Pickle Pea Pumperump. We're going to get 2 Twinkling Titanite. We need 15 Twinkling Titanite. So the first 3 can be found in Firelink. But we'll have to do the tree jump again. Or you can use 20,000 souls to buy the key. But why do that when we can just do the jump? Now we are going to get the axe out. We need to kill a crystal lizard to get our first Twinkling Titanite. One of 15. Now we can get the other 2 from Pickle Pea Pumperump by trading him a Prism Stone and the large leather shield. We're going to buy 2 alluring skulls from the handmaiden. She sells a limited amount, but we only need 2. I was looking for throwing daggers, but couldn't find them. She does not sell them initially. The throwing daggers will help us with one of the boss fights coming up, but it's not necessary. Our objective now is to get chunks and Twinkling Titanite. Really, chunks are just along the way as a bonus, but we need Twinkling Titanite. And we can get a total, I believe, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that's 8 of them we can get in this area. Just ignore the Lothric Knights. Just hit the bonfire. You don't have to sit at it. Just run away from them. Just tag it and run. There's a chunk here you don't want to miss out, though. Make sure to take a quick right here to get the first twinkling in this area. Get your alluring skull out. You'll need it here. Run past all of these enemies and then turn around and throw a skull so they don't interrupt you at the bonfire. Go ahead and sit at the bonfire. Drop off the right side of the bridge here. You'll get the chunk. Make sure to kill the enemy before he spawns into the Plus of Man. Come over here as fast as you can. There's a crystal lizard we must kill. There will be other enemies in the area, but just ignore them. Go for the crystal lizard with reckless abandon. You'll get 2 for that one. Kill this enemy as he will turn into a Plus of Man as well. Don't forget the chunks. We're going to have to go back to the bonfire once we get these twinkling. Get your alluring skull back out. Get ready. This is the hardest part. It's basically a suicide run most of the time, but I have found a way to do it without dying. Throw an alluring skull and run. Now they won't follow you. They lose aggro about right here. This is the part where you're just going to have to tank through it. You want to get these first 2 chests open, but the Beryl Knight or whatever is going to crush you in seconds. Try to open up both chests if you can and then run away and heal. And get the remaining Twinkling Titanite and get out. Now we just need to get the remaining Twinkling Titanite. But it's behind the Crystal Sage area, so we need to go back into that area to kill him. We only need 4 more Twinkling Titanite. And all of them are after that fight. So go back to the halfway fortress bonfire. And I apologize, I got a little turned around here. But there's a very fast way to get to the area, but I kind of got messed up looking for the area. You'll have dogs on your tail, crabs on your tail. You don't want to go in this direction. This is where I got turned around. I'm going the wrong way. There's a pyromancy book there if you want. I was trying to find my bearings here. I nearly died by the crab. Is there a more annoying enemy in Dark Souls than those crabs? I don't think so. But this is where you want to go. There's some stairs leading into this area. We're going to go ahead and put on some green blossom just for the kicks. Now, the fun trick you can do against the Crystal Sage, if he puts his those homing spheres around him, he can't teleport until he gets rid of all of them. You can use that to bleed him out a lot of times if you have a bleed weapon. This is what happened during my Indiana Jones walkthrough, and I just thought I was just had a great weapon. No, it's because of that exploit. Let's see if he does it here. He does not. But we're going to be doing a lot of damage to him straight away anyway. He's nearly already down to the second phase. I have found just killing the clones is easy to avoid all the problems. And then go for the main guy. Because if you go for the main guy, you're going to get pelted by all the clones at the same time and insta-die, so it's not worth it. Just kill the clones. This is where the throwing daggers would have come in great handy. See, now he's got his soul spheres around him. This is where you can exploit him. I usually just go for the first one I see. And that's it. The remaining crystal lizards are accessible to us now. First one is right here on this drop off. And there's one really close by as well. Only two more, but we got to get into the Cathedral of the Deep area, which is not far away. You can get the Paladin's Ashes if you want, but they're not necessary for us right now. And we're not even going to fight this brute up here on the stairs. We're just going to head straight for the door. You see how that dog teleported? This game cheats, I'm telling you. There's an Estus shard right here. These dogs are so persistent in these games, I swear. So annoying. We're going to drop down here. And don't worry about the ones that are going to put leeches on you. You're probably going to get hit at some point. I try to just run past them or dodge them. Sometimes you can't avoid it like that. We have enough Estus to get through. We're only here for the Twinkling Titanite anyway. There's a regular shard at the top of these stairs if you want them. But here's the real prize right here. You can hear the creature behind me. He's still following me. Stay laser focused on the goal here. And here's our last piece of Titanite we need, a twinkling Titanite right here. Now we just need to get out. Now I'm just going to show you the quick farming area that I like to do for the Black Knights. We have 15 twinkling Titanite, now we just need a weapon to go with it. We're going to go back to Champion Gundir's bonfire. Now I did die here, I fell off the cliff, so I'm going to edit this part out. So you'll see my souls. And I have to ember up again. But these Black Knights are not hard to kill. Once they attack you, you can just do a roll and then attack right out of that roll and you'll hit them most of the time. And they're easy to backstab as well. Just like that. You can see they do a lot of damage, but this is why we put all our stats into Vigor at the start of the game. We're able to withstand a lot of these late game enemies. And look at that, we get a Black Knight shield, one of our pieces we need. Here's where I fell off the cliff. Be careful when you don't fall off the cliff yourself. Usually after one of those big attacks that they try to do on you, you can do a backstab pretty easily. They'll also drop embers. Your next Black Knight is over here. This one also has an axe. You always have a chance to get it from him. And our final Black Knight is where the Chaos Blade is, which I did not get earlier, so let's go ahead and nab that while we're at it. Such a great weapon. Well, I guess I didn't get it in this episode. Oh well. Here's my complete setup. I have all the Black Knight gear that I wanted. The final item is in the Demon Ruins, which is the regular Black Knight sword. But I got everything I wanted here. Still don't have the stats to wield the Great Axe yet, but this is all done in under 2 hours. Everything. So this is the best way to get overpowered in this game quickly. With all the farming, it only took 1 hour and 42 minutes total. From beginning to end. I'll see you guys in the next one.